The Duggar family, best known for their starring role in the reality television series 19 Kids and Counting, and later Counting On, have been the subject of extensive public interest for over a decade. With 19 children, all raised in a strict, conservative Christian household under the direction of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, their family's story became both a symbol of a lifestyle rooted in traditional values and a subject of intense scrutiny. Among the Duggar children, Jill Duggar stands out due to her distinctive journey, from the dutiful eldest daughter to a woman seeking to carve out her own path. Her story, set against the backdrop of a family that thrives in the spotlight, is one of self-discovery, personal evolution, and the delicate balance between faith and independence. The Duggar family and the culture of fame. The Duggar family entered the public consciousness when their reality show 17 Kids and Counting first aired on the Discovery Health Channel in 2008, later evolving into 19 Kids and Counting. The show highlighted their large family, their strong Christian faith, and their commitment to homeschooling, conservative values, and their unique approach to child rearing. As a result, they quickly became symbols of a particular kind of Americana, a family living the American dream in a way that many saw as both heartwarming and controversial. The Duggar family's public image was constructed around their adherence to patriarchal values, gender roles, and strict religious guidelines. Jim Bob Duggar, as the father, was the head of the family, while Michelle Duggar took on the role of the mother, nurturing and educating their children. The children, many of whom were homeschooled, played a prominent role in family activities which included running a household, tending to younger siblings, and participating in religious events and outreach programs. Jill Duggar, born Jill Michelle Dillard, was the third oldest of the 19 children. From a young age, she was expected to play a significant role in helping care for her younger siblings, acting as a surrogate mother figure to many of them. This upbringing, while shaping Jill into a compassionate and capable woman, also framed her life in terms of duty and familial obligation. Her family's strict beliefs in modesty, chastity, and obedience formed the foundation of her early life, setting the stage for the decisions she would later make regarding her relationships, career, and religious beliefs. Jill Duggar. The early years. Jill Duggar's early life was deeply shaped by her family's public persona. Raised in a religious environment where the rules of modesty, traditional gender roles, and religious duty were paramount, Jill was accustomed to being in the spotlight. Unlike many of her peers, Jill did not experience the typical adolescent rebellion. Instead, her life followed a strict pattern of obedience, focusing on her faith and responsibilities at home. However, Jill's relationship with her family's fame was complicated. Her identity, both personal and public, was tightly intertwined with the Duggar brand, a family lifestyle that the world watched and judged. As a young girl, Jill was frequently featured in the family's media appearances and had a reputation as the responsible, hardworking daughter. As she grew older, she continued to follow the path laid out for her by her parents, involving herself in various duties related to her family's household and ministry work. The Duggar children were expected to be not only obedient, but also active participants in the family's mission. This included leading Bible studies, helping with church events, and volunteering for various charitable causes. For Jill, this meant stepping into leadership roles from an early age, often acting as a caretaker, teacher, and example to her younger siblings. However, Jill's story would take a dramatic turn as she navigated her own relationship with faith, family, and her desire for a more independent life. The introduction of the Duggar family's media empire brought not only visibility but also intense public scrutiny. Jill, as one of the more publicized Duggar children, was thrust into the spotlight early, and this dynamic would shape her decisions about her future. Courtship and marriage. A new chapter. One of the defining features of the Duggar family's belief system is their commitment to a form of courtship, which is more structured and regulated than modern dating. The Duggar family follows a conservative approach to relationships, where physical contact is limited before marriage, and relationships are strictly overseen by the parents. Jill Duggar's courtship with Derek Dillard was a focal point of the Duggar family's media presence, with viewers captivated by the idea of courtship as an alternative to modern dating. Jill and Derek met in 2013 and began courting soon after. Their courtship followed the Duggar family's strict guidelines: chaperoned dates, limited physical contact, and a focus on spiritual compatibility. In 2014, Jill and Derek got engaged and married within a few months, a timeline that reflected the Duggar family's preference for quick, committed relationships. The media surrounding their engagement and wedding was extensive, with many viewers invested in the details of their courtship process. As a young woman raised in a conservative Christian environment, Jill's transition from a daughter to a wife was seen as a pivotal moment in her personal life and in the Duggar family's public narrative. Following their marriage, Jill and Derek quickly began their family, with their first child, Israel David Dillard, born in 2015. Jill's transition to motherhood, alongside her growing relationship with Derek, marked a significant departure from the role she had played within her birth family. While Jill had always been a caretaker, her role as a mother was uniquely hers and was not defined by the expectations of her parents or siblings. Her life with Derek was distinct from her upbringing, and the couple's decision to move away from the Duggar family home and live independently marked a departure from the tightly knit family structure that had defined her childhood. The rise of Counting On and Jill's struggles with the spotlight. Following the cancellation of 19 Kids and Counting in 2015 due to a scandal involving Jill's brother Josh Duggar, the Duggar family continued to maintain a presence in the media with the spin-off show Counting On. This show centered on the lives of the Duggar children, focusing on their courtships, marriages, and the subsequent births of their children. Jill was a central figure in the new series, which further solidified her place in the public eye. However, as Jill's life continued to unfold in front of cameras, tensions began to arise between her and the rest of the Duggar family. In particular, Jill and her husband Derek began to distance themselves from the family's media activities. The couple's decision to leave the show was fueled by their desire for more privacy and autonomy. Jill's departure from the public life, however, was not without its challenges. The Duggar family's public persona had shaped much of her identity, and her decision to step away from the spotlight was seen by some as a rejection of the values she had been raised with. Jill and Derek's growing desire for independence from the Duggar brand signaled a shift in their relationship with the media. They made it clear that they wanted to raise their family on their own terms, without the constant interference of cameras and public scrutiny. This move was part of a broader desire to redefine their personal and family lives, outside the expectations of the Duggar brand. Faith, independence, and controversy. Jill's journey has been deeply intertwined with her faith. Raised in a family that placed a strong emphasis on conservative Christian teachings, Jill's faith was central to her upbringing. However, over the years, she began to question some of the more rigid aspects of her upbringing, especially those related to gender roles and her family's strict interpretation of Christianity. Jill's public statements and actions in the years following her marriage have reflected her evolving understanding of faith and independence. One of the most significant areas of tension has been Jill's changing views on family and gender roles. Raised to believe that women should submit to their husbands and focus on motherhood and homemaking, Jill's evolving views on feminism and independence have sparked discussions both within and outside of the Duggar family. Jill has spoken openly about her decision to take birth control, a significant departure from the Duggar family's stance on large families and reproductive choices. She has also expressed support for her husband's decisions, often making it clear that her life choices were her own, even if they differed from her family's teachings. Jill's evolving views on faith and family have not been without controversy. Some members of the Duggar family, especially her father Jim Bob, have been less supportive of Jill's decision to step away from the rigid beliefs that had defined the family. The tensions within the Duggar family have led to speculation about Jill's relationship with her parents, as well as her place within the family structure. As Jill navigates her own path, she is faced with the challenge of reconciling her evolving views with the expectations of her family. Jill Duggar's legacy, a story of transformation. Jill Duggar's journey is one of transformation, marked by her desire for independence, personal growth, and faith. From a young girl raised in a conservative Christian household to a woman seeking autonomy in her personal and family life, Jill's story is a reflection of the broader struggles faced by many individuals raised in strict religious environments. Her decision to step away from the media spotlight and define her life on her terms has made her a figure of interest, both for her family's followers and for those who see her as a symbol of personal evolution and self-discovery. While Jill Duggar may no longer be in the public eye as she once was, her story continues to resonate with those who follow her journey. Her experiences highlight the complexities of fame, family, and faith,